That purple be coming in.
Hey man, what is up with y'all? That's your boy Purple and I'm back with another video for y'all, and today I will show how to make crazy beats for artists like Lil Baby and NOODAH. And by the way, I turned 18 4 days ago. Yeah, my birthday is on 9/11. I'm not joking. And the question of today's video, what's your zodiac sign? Yeah, let's get straight into the beat. So as you know, we're breaking down everything with a loop, so I'm gonna let y'all hear this. So the first sound I got for this loop is this one shot from Make Shooter's sound source kit. I think it's the volume 4 one. It's called Adapting. So the only thing I did, I brought up the envelope section and I did this pretty common envelope. So here is the MIDI for our pattern. We are working in A sharp minor. We're in 167 BPM. You know, you need some like up tempo shape for this type of loops. So the MIDI is pretty simple. I just lay down the root notes, the A sharp, then F sharp. You know, the common Lil Baby chord progression where you're going from the root note, then you're dropping this down by 4 semitones. And then I laid out some extra notes. You know, we got a lot of D sharps here because it's, you know, I just love how it creates the bounce, and some other notes from the scale. And yeah, just did one thing right here and copy it over 4 times. Here's how it sounds like. For the effects, we got an EQ. I cut out the lows and a little bit of mids because there was some harsh frequencies right here. Then we got Valhalla Vintage Verb with these settings. You know, just space this out a little bit. And finally some Portal with a ranking preset from the Creative Concept Volume 2. I tweaked out a little bit the dry wet knob, and that's it. So after I applied all the effects, I rendered this pattern out. Then I went to the playlist. I pitched this up by 800 cents. And also I reversed this. So here's how it sounds like now. You know, right now it sounds like more of a pad type thing. So for the effects here, I got some more Valhalla Vintage Verb, then some Crystallizer with a mix to 26%, and finally some EQ again, because after I did this version, I also copied it up and made an octave down version, so it has some low end, and gotta remove that, so I applied the EQ. So after that, I wanted to have like some sort of a bass line going on there, so I grabbed the Maverick piano with the Deep Maverick preset. And right now we're in F sharp because we pitched this up by 800 cents. It's equals that you pitch this down by 4 semitones. And here's our chord progression. You know, the root note is F sharp. At first we're going down by 4 to D, then we're going up to the F sharp, and then again down 2 to E note. And that's a common thing in Lil Baby beats. You know, it creates like some sort of emotional 4PF type of vibes. So yeah, I also boosted up the velocities up to the max, and I'm gonna let you hear this pattern. So for the effects here, we got EQ. I cut out the lows, and also added the Valhalla again on the low mixing because, you know, I wanted this to be a little bit of spaced out, and that's why I'm lowering the mix down. After that, I grabbed the contact again. I chose the Almost Electric preset from Noir Bank, and it's pretty crazy actually. I love this piano. Alright, so I wanted this melody to be like some sort of a top line plus some chords like in the background. So here's what I did here. I made this chord actually at first. You know, I don't even know how this one is called. Then I upped the F sharp by an octave. Then I made this chord. This is the suspended 2-1, and this G sharp I inverted made it an octave version. And then I grabbed this chord and pitched this down by 2 semitones. After that, I wanted to make like a counter melody on top, so I added these notes, you know, no music theory right here, just clicking in notes, so that sounds good together. The same thing over here, but I just added some extra ones. Also, I randomized the velocities right here by pressing Alt R, and that's kinda it. For the effects, we got Valhalla Vintage Verb with these settings and some EQ, so I cut out a lot of the lows and the mids and a little bit of the highs. You know, it's not really on some high frequencies, you know, I just wanted to keep all the best mids out of here, you know. Then the delay with the default preset with a mix turned down to 32%, and finally some retro color with a default preset. I just tweaked out the wobble knob and the distort knob, so you know it has some like of the detune type of feeling. Moving on to the next sound, again it's Contact. It's LB1 long CS preset. It's actually some strings, so the pattern right here is simple as it can be because it's just some root notes, you know, D, F sharp, E, and it's just on a high octave. For the effects right here, we got Valhalla Vintage Verb with a 72% of mixing because I want this to be only on the background, so you know it's not really clashing with the everything that's on front, as you can say that. Then we got the parametric EQ, cut out a lot of the lows and a little bit of highs because they were too harsh. Some shaper box 3 with the default sine wave and mixing down to 64%. And also I tweaked this stereo separation up to 41%. Then I wanted to spice up this melody a little bit and add like some sort of accent sound, so I grabbed these Ancestors keys from Analog Lab and played this pattern. You know, again, nothing really that can be for music theory, you know. I think these notes are from the chords, and that's kind of what I can say about this. So for the effects, we got Valhalla Vintage Verb again, we're just spacing this out. Then y'all go hear it is like some grains after the sound plays, and this is all about the portal with a cool texture preset from the Inferno Bank. And finally EQ, again we count out the lows, so I always cut out the lows on every sound. Then I wanted to add something unique, so I added this phrase from Sound Source. The only thing I did is just pitch this up by a semitone to fit the key of the sample. This phrase is actually chopped up a little bit, so you know I chopped this up because it has some clicks, and with the reverb they're just too loud. And then I grabbed the last bar from here, I pitched this down by an octave, and grabbed the first one from right here and pitched this down by an octave again, and this one I'm keeping the same as right here. And yeah, so for the effects we're going with my default vocal chain is some reverb, then some EQ and some Alpha Boy delay with the default settings, the mix to 24%, some fresh air with these settings, and finally some shaper box with these settings, and stereo separation to 38%. Then I got this Publix perk loop. It's from Hocus Crazy multi-kit, and this actually helps to create some of, you know, some vibe for the intro. Like, you know, like it's played real drums, and they're really cool for like this of melodic emotional beats. And I'm gonna just let you hear this. For the effects here we got EQ, cut out the lows and the highs, so you know, something in the middle, not really taking so much space. And then some Valhalla Vintage Verb with these settings, it's to 19.6%, and also right here is tweaked out to 88%. And the last sound right here is this bass sound like multi-key from Producer Grind. The bass is called Reese, and I just use the loop points and tweak this crossfade knob like so. and pretty much is the same pattern as the strings, just going with the bass notes of our sample. And also I decided to spice this up a little bit for the rest of the pattern, and edit these slide notes, and that's it. For the effects on this bass, we got Beefy preset. Again, I'm just using this on every bass in my samples because this is really hard. Then I rendered this loop out and pitched this down by a semitone and started laying up some drums. So the first sound is this clap, the default pattern. Here is how it sounds like. Then I added this open head. Got the simple 2-step with a couple of rolls right here, and third step snapping. Then I grabbed this open head. This sounds really unique. I tweaked out an out and up a little bit, and here's how it sounds like. Then I grabbed the snare. I tweaked out a bit of length and out and up because, you know, I had the tail of reverb and I wanted to remove this, so I did this. And this is the basic counter snare pattern, you know, just 2 snares right here and 1 right here, and I'm just let you hear this. And the final sound is a basic spins 808 with an out and up tweaked out. Also I boosted up by 3% and EQ'd up by 17%. And you know, we're just not going really crazy with the drums, just some simple ones to keep the rhythm going, to keep some bounce on this. And you know, the 808 just goes all with the root notes, nothing crazy again, just let y'all hear this. So for the arrangement of this beat is pretty simple. At first I added this boundary riser. I don't know, it sounds like it was brought up straight from the heaven. Then I got this transition, so you know, it creates a cool effect when you're going from the section where it hasn't any bass then to the one that has bass and percussion loop. And yeah, then I added my tags here. So on the chorus we got all the drums playing, then we got some sort of like a bridge section when the counter snare and open head, it just disappears, and then we got like some sort of verse section with an open head right here, and yeah, it just repeats for a bunch of times, and that's it for this beat. So thank y'all for watching, hope y'all learned something new. If so, then please drop a like on this video, subscribe to this channel, ring the notification bell, also follow me on IG, and if y'all want to see some tutorials in the next, y'all want to just suggest me the artists that I should cover, so please write down this in the comments. And yeah, thank y'all for watching, peace.